CRZ notification 2011 puts a generic ban on carrying out of certain activities in the CRZ. But most of these prohibitions are accompanied with a set of exceptions. For example, setting up of new industries are not permitted in the CRZ, but there are exceptions such as ports, harbours and jetties. Similarly, land reclamation and bunding is not allowed except for construction of ports, harbours, control of erosion, etc. Discharge of untreated effluents, mining, groundwater withdrawal, and storage of oil and hazardous substances are other activities that are banned in the CRZ. You can see a complete list of prohibitions and exceptions in component 2, that is e-text of this module. CRZ notification also has certain regulations specific to each zone. Let us have a look at those now. In CRZ1 areas, new constructions, except for structures required for local needs, salt making, storage, desalination plants, construction of roads in intertidal areas which are not ecologically sensitive, are not permitted. In CRZ2 areas, buildings are permissible on the landward side of the existing road or building. This clause has been relaxed for slum redevelopment projects and reconstruction of dilapidated structures. However, reconstructions are permitted in this zone. In the NDZ, that is the no development zone, as the name suggests, no development or construction is permitted, except for constructions for certain activities relating to agriculture, horticulture, forestry, pastures, parks. Reconstructions and repairs of authorized structures are allowed, and also dwelling units of coastal communities are permitted in the zone between 100 to 200 meters from the STL. In the non-NDZ part of the CRZ3 areas, construction and repair of houses of local communities, tourism projects, public facilities for local inhabitants are permitted. In CRZ4 areas, activities related to traditional fishing are allowed. There are certain exceptions to these regulations as well. You can find those details in component 2, that is the e-text of this module. The notification gives special consideration to certain areas. Let us have a look at those now. In Greater Mumbai, roads have been allowed in CRZ1 areas. Rehabilitation of existing slums and reconstruction of dilapidated buildings has also been permitted. On islands in the backwaters of Kerala, 50 meters from the STL has been demarcated as CRZ area. All foreshore activities required for fishing are permitted in the notified fishing villages of Goa. It also allows for erecting seasonal temporary customary structures such as shacks. CRZ notification 2011 has identified 12 sites that should be notified as critically vulnerable coastal areas, that is CVCAs. These areas are to be notified for the purpose of protecting the critical coastal environment and reducing the difficulties faced by local communities. Sundarbans, Gulf of Kutch, Gulf of Mannar, Bhitarkanika are a few examples. The notification further states that these areas will be identified, planned, notified and managed based on guidelines issued by the MOEF. Communities will be involved in the management of these areas, and the integrated management plans of these areas will be based on the conservation aspect and the needs of the local communities of the region. The notification also states that dwelling units of traditional local communities which are permissible but have not obtained formal approval under CRZ 1991 would be regularized under CRZ 2011. In its meeting in December 2011, the Karnataka State Coastal Zone Management Authority used this clause to regularize and allow reconstruction of a house for a traditional inhabitant in Udupi district. For all the projects seeking to be set up in the CRZ notification 2011 mandated a procedure. As per it, the SCZMAs, that is the State Coastal Zone Management Authorities, are to examine all proposals of projects to be set up in the CRZ. They, within 60 days, are to be forwarded from them to the different agencies. Projects listed in the Schedule A of the Environment Impact Assessment, that is EIA notification 2006, are forwarded to the EAC, that is the Expert Appraisal Committee, and then to the MOEF. projects listed in the Schedule B of the EIA notification are forwarded to the SEAC, that is the State Expert Appraisal Committee, and then to the State Environment Impact Assessment Authority, that is SEIA. Construction projects to be set up in the CRZ2 zone with an area of less than 20,000 square meters are to be forwarded to the SEAC and then to SEIA. And the construction projects to be set up in CRZ2 which are of an area of more than 20,000 square meters are to be forwarded to the state planning authorities. All other projects listed in the CRZ notification are forwarded to the MOEF. CRZ notification also stipulated that the proponent, while applying for environment clearance under the CRZ, should submit the application with certain documents such as Environment Impact Assessment Report, Disaster and Risk Management Report, and CRZ map. CRZ notification further stipulated that all coastal states will formulate Coastal Zone Management Plans, that is CZMP. CZMP is a document that has all the CRZ zones demarcated in it. SCZMAs, that is the State Coastal Zone Management Authorities, use it to arrive at decisions on project clearance, identification of violations, and regulation of development activities in the CRZ. Currently, SCZMAs are using the CZMP prepared under CRZ Notification 1991. Although the new notification that came in 2011 asked all the states to prepare new CZMPs by January 2013, the states are still preparing it. MOEF has already extended the deadline for CZMP preparation twice, and a third extension is expected.